Hey guys, today I'll be doing a bit of a comic haul, so let's get right into it. I got four books, but there's some cool books in there, actually. I'm actually doing this on the Wednesday I get my books for once. First off, I want to show you this SpringCon comic book carnival. They change it like every year. It's comic book party sometimes, celebration, Comic Con. We'll just call this SpringCon Comic Con. This is actually at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds, the 18th and 19th. It's an awesome show, always 100 square feet. I always score some awesome stuff. If you want to check out my hauls from the last two or three, or I have about five hauls because they also do a fall con. Very sweet. I also really like all their invites. They pick some awesome covers. I think uh, I think Dan Jurgens is coming. He usually comes. And the guest list should be coming up soon. So look up Midtown or springcon.com. I have some footage of the last Fall Con, which is actually at a different center. They're both at the Minnesota Fairgrounds, but they do a big con in May and a small con in the fall. So very cool. Definitely check that out if you're in the area. Of course, yeah, it's a really good place. It's kind of like a mid ground between a not a huge con, but I mean, like, it's kind of a big con, so it's not like a tiny con, but you still snag some good deals. Like, I've been seeing New 52 issues for like $1. I think I picked up some quarter New 50 or 20-cent New 52 issues there, so that was pretty awesome. So let's get into my first book, my first non really special book. I get subscriptions on Nightwing. I like the subscription service. I'm up to date on Nightwing, and I believe my subscription goes to issue 29. Very awesome cover with Damian and Nightwing. One of the coolest covers in a long time for this book. I've been really liking this book, but it kind of goes up and down. It has like before the zero, like 1 to 8 was really awesome. Then until the zero issue was kind of and then the zero issue was awesome, and then and then the death of the family issues were pretty awesome. So we'll see how good this one is. Nightwing's been hit or miss lately, unfortunately. Next off, Superior Spider-Man #4. Now, I've been keeping up with this book. I know a lot of people hate the idea of Spider-Man being Doctor Octopus, and although I'm not super fond of it, I don't care as much as everyone else. I like the one-shot stories. I think Dan Slott's pretty good with fun one-shots. It has a darker tone, and I feel like he's better at writing Doctor Octopus in Spider-Man's body than Spider-Man. Of course, Doctor Octopus acts a lot like Doctor Octopus around everyone, and no one notices. But if you can get past that, it's still, I think, a pretty good book. I think the art in it's fantastic, and I like all the covers. So I'm very happy to have this whole series so far. And next off, I picked up a book that all of you guys probably picked up if you could get your fingers on it. Batman Incorporated #8, a quick sellout at my comic book store. Death of Damian Wayne. I don't know what I think about this. I've thumbed through it, and it looks like Damian went out in a pretty badass manner. I don't really like how they reuse. Actually, I'll let you guys thumb through it. It's kind of has a few of those little spine things in there, but those usually get better once I put them in my box. They'll flatten out. But let's take a look at the book. Oh crap, they have those dumb previews in it. Am I the only one that never reads any of those previews? I don't know. It might just be me. He's kind of doing the redo of Death in the Family type deal. That is crazy. I don't really love the art in this, but I'm giving it a try. Batman and Robin. I was looking for this. I saw it on Midtown. I heard about it. I was like, I'm checking Midtown like 3 days ago, and it was sold out, and I was like, what the hell? So I decided just on a whim to call my comic book store and see if I could pre-order it. And Lord and behold, they just got their shipments in, and they bagged and boarded one up for me. So very happy with this. And my final book, a book that I advise you guys get if you don't have it, Superior Spider-Man #1, signed by Dan Slott. They're selling this for $4 on Midtown right now. Very awesome. I mean, I've been liking Dan Slott's Superior a lot more than I liked his Amazing run. Of course, you can see the Certificate of Authenticity. Very cool book. Just again, I bought it second print. If you bought it first print, it'd be $15. So I thought I might as well just buy it second print. Of course, signed by Dan Slott. It looks fantastic. Um, Up the side web, as you can see. I like buying side web or signed books. Anyway, for anyone who's watching this, I'm probably gonna be doing a comic collection video soon. I'm getting all my books bagged up and at least bagged 3/4 issues and boarded for a lot of issues or for most issues. So I was wondering if any of you guys would want to see that. I also kind of have my own way of sorting comic books and the comic books I want and need for my collection to complete runs and stuff. So I'm gonna show that off. It might be like a few months though, because or maybe I'll show you a box soon. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna need a lot more bags. Cause I have a lot of quarter issues to bag. I'm pretty bad with bagging and boarding. Like, I'll bag most of my books eventually. But I just have this huge stack of Marvel and DC books in my basement that I haven't yet bagged or boarded. So, just to recap, I got Superior Spider-Man #1. Pretty good issue. I definitely advise it if it's still not sold out on Midtown. Batman Incorporated. Get it if you can. I've heard, like my comic guy said, there were 30 people in line, like, in the morning waiting for it. So, I was kind of happy that I just called them up and pre-ordered it. Superior Spider-Man 4. Haven't read it yet, but fantastic series so far. Nightwing looks fantastic. I've heard some good things about this issue, and at least by the art standards, it's great. And again, hit up springcon.com if you live anywhere near the Minnesota or Wisconsin area. It's very awesome. It's one of my favorite cons. So definitely hit those up. And that's all for today, guys.